All right, so we've heard about the squatters and how that can affect you, your rental property. What does all of this look like? What does all of it mean? What rights do you have as the owner of the property? What rights do you have if you're the squatter of the property? My name's Tyler with Management One, and today just wanted to share with you some quick snippets of what you can expect and kind of an overview of what all of this means, right, in terms of the squatter rights. So what we've actually found recently is about 40% of the homes that are listed on the market for rent do not have a sign in the yard. Now, why is that? Well, because obviously if you put a sign in the yard, the perception is that no one is living there. And so the squatters tend to maybe gear more towards those properties rather than properties that have no signage at all. Another thing that I just wanted to go over is in terms of if a squatter is running utilities in the property that they have squatted in under their name. So these are things like water, electricity, etc., etc. It's called adverse possession. Now, adverse possession, what does that mean? Adverse possession is when a person is in possession of a land owned by someone else and can get valid title to it. Okay, now I know some of this can be a little bit confusing, it can seem a little bit unfair, but I wanted to again go a little bit more in depth on it. So it's a place for a sufficient period of time, otherwise known as the statute of limitations. Okay, so that's adverse possession if a squatter were to put utilities in their name while they're squatting in your property. Now, how do we reduce the odds on this in terms of a squatter in your property? Number one, having a property manager, whether it's us here at Management One or any property manager that can basically help you out with that more so. Knowing all the laws with their attorneys, etc., and just taking that stress off of yourself. Now, if you are managing the property yourself, some tips that we have for you is travel and check on the property very frequently. So doing drive-bys of the home, going up to the door, obviously going inside, seeing if anyone's in there, things of that nature. Otherwise, you can get alarm systems. You can also do the Ring doorbell that probably everyone has heard of nowadays. And so to really drill down on keeping the property secure. You also want to change the locks in between renters. I know it sounds maybe common sense to some people, but we've seen a lot of people actually not do that are managing the properties themselves. Also, next, if you do find a squatter in your property, please, 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 please do not do anything. Come out of the property or get off the premises, I know, even though it's your property, and call the local authorities, call the police, and you can actually go after those intruders, okay? But do it the right way. Now, when getting the property rent ready, as we call it here, between renters, getting it ready for move-in for the next renter, okay? What you want to be doing and what you want to be looking at to kind of steer away from these squatters is get the repairs or the renovations, the rehab done as quickly as possible. Now, again, if you're managing it yourself, that might be a little bit hard. We've seen when people manage the properties themselves and they have their own contractors do the work, typically tends to take a little bit longer rather than when you have a property management company that already has vendors in place or an in-house team and can get that done very, very quickly. Okay, the next thing in between the renters, you want to get that new renter in the property as fast as possible. Now, again, might seem like common sense, but there are some people out there, if you don't have a mortgage, they're sitting on the property because they don't have the cost incurred. Maybe that's someone that does have a mortgage for the property. Regardless of your situation, get a renter in there as quickly as possible. Not only for the squatter purpose, but also on average, you're losing about $75 to $100 per day, depending on the size of your property. Every day it sits vacant and you're losing that money. We don't want that to happen. And then one of the other things I wanted to mention is find someone that can do the repairs quickly, as I just said. So us here at Management One, we can do about $1,000 worth of repairs per business day. So for example, $3,000 worth of repairs, that is done in 3 business days. So again, shrinking that timeline between the renters is very, very crucial, not only again for the money aspect, but more importantly, now in today's day and age, for the squatters and for them not to be able to take possession. At the end of the day, all in all, hiring a professional management company, again, whether it's us at Management One or any other professional management company, is very, very crucial, and we highly recommend it because not only do they know the laws and they have attorneys and things of that nature in their back pocket, it also takes the headache and the stress and everything else involved off of you. So again, Tyler with Management One, appreciate you watching this video. There is a link below, 1, to subscribe to our YouTube channel, 2, to other videos and blogs that we have that can really help you understand the property management and your investment in terms of the rental property. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.